Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by Come On Now, the podcast where we talk facts over feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Show. I got another one for you, my lord. I am on a roll. Before I jump in, thank you so much for your continued support of this channel. I appreciate y'all. If you're new to this channel, subscribe now. Ring that bell now. Get all the up-to-minute content right now. Like, follow, comment. I need the comments. I need the likes. I need the subscriptions. I need it all because y'all are making this roll and y'all are inspiring me to produce more and more and more. I'm hitting all topics. Boom, 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 boom. I did Combat Corner today, an NBA video. I did a video on Asia Wilson. I'm doing another one here on another topic right now. Woo, got energy. Let's go. I got a message from someone who showed me a tweet. It seemed to be a couple people talking a little you do about a certain somebody, with the fact that the jerseys are being retired, Caitlin Clark, Asia Wilson, and of course to the people that want to sit here and get in the congregation and tell you that Asia Wilson had a more difficult situation coming into the WNBA than Caitlin Clark did. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. I'm going to show you a tweet, whatever you call it, and let's talk about that because there are people in this world who love and live to hate. I don't like to hate. I don't. You know what? People like to use the word hater. I think if you can constructively create an argument that defends your point of view, it's an opinion and a point of view that was properly constructed in an intellectual manner and fashion that could actually be derived as something that makes sense. The problem with so many people is that they do not actually have a defense of their actual opinion. What do I mean by that? Okay, let's take, for example, Peyton Manning is better than Tom Brady. Some people would say that's an insane opinion. But if you can actually put together the fact that Peyton Manning led XYZ for many, many years in yards, passing, touchdowns, blah, 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 and then say, okay, he won a Super Bowl here, and then he won one here. He didn't win 6 or 7, but he won 2, but he won them in different cities. He was a monster in one city and a monster in the other. You might have had an argument there until Tom Brady went and won in Tampa Bay, but that's for another day. The point is that I'm not saying that. I'm saying there are ways that you can formulate opinions. So if you think Asia Wilson is better than Caitlin Clark, you're entitled to that opinion. You have that right to have an opinion about her. No question about it. But you have to have facts and data to actually back it up. It can't just be, oh, well, she's great, and Caitlin Clark turns the ball over, or she's black, Caitlin Clark's white, so Asia Wilson must be better. And I'm accepting of people's opinions who think that Asia Wilson's better. I think they're wrong. I just think they're wrong. And I've given data to back up why I think this, because basketball is a skill game. And the more skills and weapons you have in that game, that makes you a better player than somebody else. This isn't a one-on-one game. If Shaq played LeBron in one-on-one basketball, Shaq in his prime, LeBron in his prime, Shaq would dunk LeBron's head through the basket. He would dominate him. He'd win that rather easily if it was one make it, take it. He'd win rather easily because he'd back LeBron down under the rim and dunk on him 50 times. But in the scheme of a 5-on-5 game, LeBron's better than Shaq because LeBron has the skills to do so much more than Shaq on a basketball court. And that's the way I view the Caitlin Clark, Asia Wilson comparison. Because, yeah, if Asia Wilson was given the ability to just back her down, she's 6'5", she's 50 pounds heavier, She's 6 inches taller. She's probably going to win a game of one-on-one. If she didn't, I'd actually be surprised. But the basketball is a 5-on-5 sport. And while Asia Wilson might win a game of one-on-one, if they did a skills competition, Caitlin Clark would absolutely annihilate her. Whether it's in passing, shooting, horse, you name it, she would maul her. Right? That's my point. I can back up what I say with actual facts and data. So when you see an NBC affiliate reporter, who I found to be the name of @NatFluential, Natalie Esquire, former lawyer turned creative, views are my own, NBC Sports on her turf, Hoopstresses, has a link to NBC Sports author Natalie whatever, content creator, blah, blah, blah. She got 254,000 posts on Twitter. Holy Lord. She lives on Twitter. That's a lot of damn posts. I'm nowhere near there. But there was a back and forth with her and someone named Tijuana Jackson under TJ Agency, responding to a poster named The Real Ami. So the Real Ami is a Caitlin Clark supporter from what I've seen and what I've looked up. And she seems to be really big into Caitlin Clark. On hers, she has certified yapper, Indiana Fever at UCLA women's basketball, at Notre Dame women's basketball. So she is an Indiana Fever fan, clearly. Now, she has lots of posts too. I mean, not 254,000, but she does have lots of posts. I mean, there was like 30 today alone. I mean, there's some comments that are like one comment from the Real Ami says, mind you, all you dumbass Asian fans are directing your anger at the wrong program. Why did it take South Carolina 7 years to retire her jersey? And why did they choose to not retire it on a nationally televised game? Like LMAO. These are the real questions because apparently there is a massive backlash right now from South Carolina fans who seem to be mad at Iowa, maybe because Iowa chose to do their retirement ceremony on the same day as Asia Wilson's retirement ceremony that no one even knew existed. As I did a video on that, I had no idea that was happening. And I guess they both were number 22, so they picked February 2nd. I think it probably would have been made a whole lot more sense, like I said, to do it on the day that they're playing LSU. That would make more sense to me. But then there's another post that says the SC fans, this is something that this girl reposted. The SC fans on Threads have completely lost their minds. No wonder that player took her talents to that platform. That player, I guess, being Asia Wilson. They're so embarrassed and delusional. Here's some of the comments off of it. Some stuff just be so calculated, dog, and so obvious. I'm sure the excuse will be, I didn't even realize Asia was getting her jersey retired that same day. Save it. Cares? They do whatever they do it whenever the hell they want. Iowa don't have to do what South doesn't have to schedule around South Carolina. Three things can be right at the same time. She can deserve to have her jersey retired. She did put Iowa on the map. Then retiring it on the same day as Asia is intentional and tacky. Iowa did not read the Times article or the room. That's another Asia fan. Another one, y'all know CC accepted that jersey retirement from Iowa, knowing it was on the same day as Asia Wilson's jersey retirement, right? CC is guilty too, not just Iowa. Yeah, it seems like a lot of sensitive South Carolina fans. But yeah, like I said, I didn't even know what was happening. But I guess Iowa's supposed to know and supposed to care that South Carolina waited 7 years to retire Asia Wilson's jersey. I guess Asia Wilson just wasn't important enough to them. I mean, as I said in my other video, her jersey's being retired and nobody cares. Not even ESPN. But I don't even think South Carolina all that much cares because if Asia Wilson was so damn great, why wasn't her jersey retired the year after she left? as is being done in Iowa. Iowa is not waiting 7 years to retire the jersey of the greatest, the greatest women's basketball player in college basketball history. Yes, the greatest, the best, the GOAT of college women's basketball. And at some point will be the GOAT of the WNBA as well. Caitlin Clark. They don't owe it to anybody. Caitlin Clark doesn't owe it to anybody. So again, fuck Asia Wilson. Fuck South Carolina. Nobody cares. South Carolina is winning a game against Auburn. Iowa is playing USC on their home court against Juju Watkins. The world will be watching. That's what you do when you retire a jersey of the greatest of all time in that sport. You do it where everyone will see it. And I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again, which I find, because I saw it here too. Right here where this person Ami said she posted, I like it actually. She posted a picture, side-by-side photo. I can't find it. Where the hell is it? She's got a lot of posts, man. Side-by-side picture she reposted where someone named EA, Crash Out, King One says, now you tell me who is the face of women's basketball. I'll wait. And on one side, the tickets for the Iowa game, remember I did that as well. I said the get-in price was $492. The get-in price, but you have tickets here for $1,000+. I guess maybe they've got, this is after I did mine or before, I don't know exactly. But the get-in price for the South Carolina game is $65. It just shows you that there's a certain difference between the two. There's must-see and there's whatever. But let's talk about this post here where this girl, the real Ami, she says, Asia Wilson, and I'm going to add it here, right here. You see right here where it says Asia Wilson did not. Asia Wilson, rookie of the year. Asia Wilson's rookie year. Rookie of the year, all-star, didn't make the playoffs. Caitlin Clark's rookie of the year, all-star first team, all WNBA, assist leader. And then I don't know what else was there, but a lot of stuff, I'm sure, beyond that. And then this person was commenting on hers. Comparing Asia to white bread is crazy. I mean, off the bat, that's racist. Yes, it is racist, folks. Like, can we stop? Can we stop? If a white person referred to Asia Wilson as black bread, would you find it racist? And the answer would be absolutely yes, you would. So again, I don't know who LTL Wana Jackson is. I don't really care. You left off that Asia came with a real ring. You mean a ring at South Carolina where they play with 10 McDonald's All-Americans? To go with the Natty and a franchise built around her. But yeah, you got a butter statue, so I guess you're happy. I don't know what a butter statue means. I don't know if she's insulting her or something. Caitlin Clark. I have no idea. I don't know. I tried to find the string, couldn't find it. Now, you go here, and this one, Nat Fluential, who I mentioned, who is the NBC reporter, says also ignores that the Aces were in rebuild mode, whereas the Fever have a competitive team. LOL. Okay. You work for NBC. You get paid money by NBC. And I've seen some other videos of hers where earlier this year she was trashing Caitlin Clark, and by the end of the year, she was sucking Caitlin Clark off. So I don't know what she stands for. I don't think hers. I mean, the fact that she didn't say anything about the fact that this one's calling her white bread, which is, I just think, unnecessary. But hey, you do you. You do you. Now let's talk about it. Asia Wilson was drafted in 2018, I believe. 2018, number one. She was drafted a year after. Let's go look. 2017 WNBA draft. She was drafted the year after Kelsey Plum was, I'm pretty sure. So she's drafted Kelsey Plum, taken with the first pick by the San Antonio Stars, which is now the Las Vegas Aces. They didn't have a second. All right, so they got Kelsey Plum, right? What was the San Antonio Stars record in 2017? And they drafted Kelsey Plum. 8-26. All right. 8-26. So 2 years before that, in 15, they were 8-26. Then they were 7-27. In 2014, they were 16-18. They went to the playoffs. That was in San Antonio. Now you go into actually looking at the next year, which was the Las Vegas Aces. Go to the Las Vegas Aces. Because it was actually the Utah Stars, then the San Antonio Silver Stars, then the San Antonio Stars, then the Las Vegas Aces. So after Asia Wilson's first season, they go from 8-26 to 14-20. Again, I'm sorry. Wait. 8-26. Yeah, okay. So now you have Kelsey Plum teamed up with Asia Wilson, right? They go to 14-20. So they gained 6 games. They did not make the playoffs. 2019, they draft. Who's their pick in 2019? Did they not draft number 1 again? I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure about that one. 2019, first pick in the draft is Jackie Young to Las Vegas Aces. So they drafted the number 1 pick in the draft 3 straight years. And in the year that Asia Wilson jumped on board as the second straight of the number 1 picks, they were 6 games under 500. They did not make the playoffs. And let me see what else. I know Asia Wilson wasn't setting records. Well, I'm going to take a look at, just go down this thing here. She was the rookie of the year, all rookie team. She was an all-star. And that's it. Great year. Kudos. Great year. Now let's take a look. So they then, a year later, go 21-13 after they drafted Jackie Young. So now you have Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson, Jackie Young. 3 straight number 1 picks in the draft. They go 21-13 and they lose in the second round of the playoffs. Made the playoffs. Then they did 2020, 21, and then they finally won the championship in 22. They won in 23, and now they've lost in the semis in 24. So let's talk about this. Let's look at this, right? And this is not by any means to disparage Asia Wilson and her ability. I think she's a good player. To say differently would be a lie. She's a good player. But this individual, Tijuana Jackson and Natalie Esquire, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Beyond the fact that you're a racist piece of shit, Tijuana Jackson, white bread, yeah, you know you are. I've looked at your page. Yeah, you're pretty out there. And I mean, a butter statue. I don't know what the butter statue means. I'm sure it's probably insulting to Caitlin Clark. That's my guess, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Asia Wilson played on a loaded college basketball South Carolina team. Caitlin Clark played on a team that was her and 4 others, and she led them to back-to-back national championship games. These are facts. Asia Wilson did win a national championship. Good for her. I'm just checking something else. Asia Wilson did not score almost 4,000 points in college. She did not have 138 of 139 games in double figures. She had 122 out of 138. She averaged way less points per. She averaged 12 points less per game in college than Caitlin Clark did. And in 2015, 2016, 2015, 2016, she lost in the Sweet 16. That was her sophomore year. She won the national championship as a junior. And as a senior, what happened then? She lost in the Elite Eight to UConn. I mean, hey, yeah, she won a national championship. I'm not going to sit here and speculate because I don't know. I don't know, but I'm going to do it anyhow. I don't care. When they won the national championship, she scored 23 points and 10 boards. And in the semifinals, when they beat Stanford, she scored 13 points and had 19 rebounds. Oh, ain't that something? One of her teammates in college was Alicia Gray. Ain't that something? They had 4 double-digit scorers. She was the best player on the team. But again, loaded South Carolina squad, loaded team. And they won. Congratulations. The year after, they did not win. Great. They didn't even make it back. And I know Caitlin Clark did not win a national championship, but she went to back-to-back national championship games where she played teams that had way more talent than her team did and actually beat a undefeated South Carolina team in the Final Four. That was an 11-point favorite that featured Aaliyah Boston and was absolutely loaded with talent. All that said, Caitlin Clark, as a rookie, we already know it, but all rookie team, rookie of the year, all WNBA first team. You didn't do that, Asia Wilson. All-star, assist leader. I mean, shit. How many records? How many firsts? That's more than. That's more. That's way more impressive than what Asia Wilson did as a rookie. Oh yeah, she led them to the playoffs. Fuck, I forgot that one. That's right. Aaliyah Boston's drafted. They're 13 and 27. Caitlin Clark gets drafted. They're 20 and 20. They make the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. Do not tell me that the Aces were in a rebuild mode and that the Indiana Fever had a competitive team. Was the Indiana Fever a competitive team when they were 1 and 8 last year? I'm just curious. When they were 1 and 8, y'all really didn't have much to say about the Indiana Fever. Y'all are real on top of the Fever and like, they trash, right? They trash. 1 and 8, trash. So, yeah. Competitive team, right? Yeah, you're right. Caitlin Clark made him a competitive team. You're right. It's Caitlin Clark who did that because Asia Wilson didn't make them a competitive team. It was a combination of Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson, and Jackie Young. 3 of them made him competitive. Where in the case of Caitlin Clark, it was really Aaliyah Boston and then Caitlin Clark, but really Caitlin Clark because Aaliyah Boston played with Kelsey Mitchell, who was not a number 1 pick, who'd been there for years and who'd been on multiple horrendous Indiana teams. But now let's dig a little deeper because, yeah, it's interesting that this is an NBC reporter who thinks that they were in rebuild mode and the one was competitive. Yes, where does Indiana draft next year? Indiana's draft spot, because the Indiana draft spot is so much better because let's see here. Draft picks 2025. They are drafting, I believe, 8th. They have the number 8 pick in the draft. So Caitlin Clark took the Indiana Fever from the number 1 pick to the number 8 pick, whereas Asia Wilson took the Las Vegas Aces from the number 1 pick to the number 1 pick again. You tell me who was more big time as a rookie. You tell me who made a bigger impact as a rookie. And you can be all bitter all you want, but South Carolina waited 7 years to retire the jersey of Asia Wilson. Because realistically, Asia Wilson ain't like that. It's not. She's good. She was good in college. No one's walking around sitting here saying she was great. I mean, I guess for college, she was great. But for reality, she was good. Like, that's the thing. Yeah, Asia Wilson was first team All American. Probably won the National Player of the Year, I presume. Let me see. Yeah. She won a bunch of stuff. She was National Player of the Year, probably. Great. She wasn't National Player of the Year twice. Caitlin Clark was. In fact, Caitlin Clark should have won that award 4 times. This is the type of people that sit here and talk about sports and they wonder how agenda ridden they are. And this is an NBC reporter who's co-signing white bread. How do you have a job? How does NBC sit there and watch this? You co-sign someone that called Caitlin Clark white bread. Now, I mean, some people will sit here and say that's not racial. Yeah, no. It's like calling a white person a cracker-ass cracker. Is that not racial? Look, does it have the same oomph to the N-word? No, obviously not. I mean, I guess you could call a white person a honky, right? Is that a slur to a white person? Does it have the same oomph as the N-word? No, of course not. But to sit here and act like it doesn't, it's not racist. It's not racially, doesn't have racial undertones. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm just reading some of these things off of the Real Amis page. I think this is funny as hell, to be honest. A big time Caitlin Clark fan for sure. By the way, she's black. So before anyone thinks it's a white person posting this is a black woman. Oh, I think I found it. This is the full post. Yeah, first team All NBA assistant who took the Fever to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. She should actually have had that cover since y'all want to be smart. CC ain't even touching her. Oh, that's someone replying saying that Asia Wilson should have had the cover for the Time magazine. That was her replying to that. Wow. Oh, here's someone replying. Clark didn't lead the team. Mitchell led the team, and Boston anchored the inside. Oh my God. You know how hard it is to respond to dumb shit like this? Mitchell led from the perimeter, and Boston anchored the inside. Yeah, and Caitlin carried them both. Caitlin was the leading scorer of the team, leading in assists. I mean, what the fuck do you want? You can't make this up. Like, come on. Oh, my word. So someone replies, Wilson came in the league with a national championship from college. 1 playoff game was the first time the Vases made the postseason with her, but ignores the fact that they didn't make the postseason the first year she was in the league. Clark won 0 games against the Aces and 0 playoff games with the Fever. But she made the playoffs as a rookie. Wilson didn't make the playoffs as a rookie. Pip Smoke, you moron. Caitlin Clark is not friends with people who beat up children. Asia Wilson, friends with people that beat up children. This is comedy. Oh, my word. I mean, again, this is how they adjust. This is how the goalposts get adjusted every single time. But anyhow, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about an NBC reporter co-signing racial undertone comments and clearly racist comments in her post response? And not to mention the fact that she's completely incompetent because she sits here and says something like one was rebuilding, but the Fever was a good team. Yeah, again, remind me of how good they were when they were 1-8. Yeah, I'll wait for that answer. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Love to hear what you got to say. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow if you have not been here before. Be sure to hit that bell, subscribe to our page, share it, like, comment, all that good stuff. I greatly appreciate y'all. This is Rudy's Rant. Facts over feelings. Come on now.